It reminds me of when my mom was doing like historic tours and talking about like, let me finish, and talking about like dyeing clothes. It's like to get the chemical reaction, like sometimes they would need acid. What kind of acid do you think they would have? It's like, I don't know. What? It's like uric acid. Oh god. And just like watching groups of fourth graders putting it together, it's like, yeah, you got blue clothes because you pissed on them.
Your mom is a good tour guide for fourth graders, man. She is playing to the audience there. Like,
audience got to hear that story. We're live now.
Oh, good.
Undoes the joke I was going to make about your mom peeing on people and making them go sit in the sun. That's how you punish a kid on a tour.
I was going to say, well, she did that, but for very different reasons.
Right. He was asking for it.
Oh, man. All right, well, I was about to ask if you were ready to start, but then John got the fuck up, so.
I guess he's not ready.
Well.
Okay, well, if he's going, I'm going.
Oh, God.
The second David gets up, John's going to sit down. Show's canceled. We're done.
Now we have to talk about pee. You have a pee story, Johnny?
No, okay, here's what we do. Let's start the show real quick before they come. Okay, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
All right, hey, everybody. Welcome to Game That Tune. I'm your host, John Regan. With me, as always, is Jesse. Jesse, say hey.
Hey.
Actually, Jesse, you know what? Let's one up this a little bit. Let's not say hey. How you doing, man? What you been up to?
Oh, I've been up to a lot of working.
Great, and joining us this week also is David Fleming. David, say hey.
Hey.
So yeah, gentlemen, it's great to have you back on this week's show. In case you missed it last week, we had a special guest on from Paduken, which I did not understand the meaning of that name until like halfway through the episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
are we actually recording now?
No, I was doing a whole bit to fuck with you guys. All right, so you guys ready to record and start the show?
Yes.
John, you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Although before we start recording, I do want to say briefly, I don't know if I should be flattered or embarrassed that the show is built around my pee break.
Well, once you express a need for something like that, David, we work with you, man.
Yeah.
I thought you just drank too much beer too fast. I didn't realize you needed to go pee.
We're a family.
I could piss myself. I would just prefer not to.
No, please don't do that.
In the words of JR, that's why you got to wear darks.
Mm-hmm. And keep a bottle or can or trash can handy during the show. It's just that simple. And don't forget to empty that trash can and throw away those cans and bottles after each show. John's pro tip.
And try not to shit in the litter box.
Do not shit in the cat's litter box. Pro tip.
Yeah,
oh, wow. I can't believe I still have beer left over from last night. Oh, God. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious.
Is this an IPA? Oh,
yeah.
Smells like an IPA.
I have concerns, you guys. Like, if I find what looks like an open beer from the night before, I'm not going to drink it because it's been open all night.
Especially with a cigarette butt in there. Oh, yummy.
I'm concerned that
you don't know this because you don't urinate in beer bottles very often. But once you do, you seal them and you put them back in the fridge.
It's called the trap beer.
Yeah.
Have we not seen Dumb and Dumber? Like,
exactly.
This is what you do.
Yeah, keeps the wife out of my booze. She doesn't know if she's going to get a delicious, Kona longboard lager or 12 ounces of lukewarm piss.
I love the idea that you seal it, put it back in the fridge, and somehow it's still lukewarm.
Well,
it starts out real hot. And by the next day, it's only barely cooled off.
I imagine you guys driving around your cars with just bottles of piss all over. So if you get pulled over by a cop, you give it to the cop.
Yep.
I mean, John, that is frequently how I drive.
We all grew up in Florida, John. This is nothing new.
Bottles of piss rolled around your backseat.
Mm-hmm.
I just go around the CTA with a backpack full of cans of piss, just in case one of the cops wants to harass me.
It's a really good idea right now. There's federal agents being deployed to your city, David. Prepare the water balloons full of piss.
Yeah, that'll.
Why do you think I'm drinking so much?
Exactly. Black Lives Matter, and that's one more balloon full of piss. All right.
Do you think they would make like that little adapter, that little like plastic adapter that plugs into a balloon that you can just kind of pee into and thus fill up a water balloon?
I think they do.
Especially the ones
Okay.
where you can like fill up multiple ones.
Oh, yeah. You can just pee and fill up 30 water balloons at once.
All right, so
It's
who's
a
ready
lot
to
of
record?
I've been ready, man. Why are we still talking?
Yeah. Lots of piss talk
All
up
right.
front.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Gain That Tune.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's your boy, John Harrington here. We got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey,
And we've got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey,
Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back, man. What a show we got coming up for you tonight. If this is your first time joining us here on Game That Tune, congratulations. You found the greatest show on the internet and in podcast world. You're going to enjoy this. What we're going to do is we're going to listen to 3 songs from a video game. We've each brought a game. We've brought the music. We're going to try and guess each other's games based on the songs with a little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off and have a lot of fun. The winner at the end of the night picks the theme for our next episode and plays some bonus tunes. And our winner last week, it was a half win by me. I shared the win with our fantastic guest, Pass Blaster from the Paducah podcast. Go listen to Paducah. Great fellas over there. And Pass Blaster graced us with a fantastic theme for tonight's episode, Vertical Shooters. He's an arcade boy, and he's spent a lot of time playing these shooters. These, I guess, your 1941s, your Raidens, your Hot Dog Storms, all the standards, the top 3 there, 1941, Raiden, and Hot Dog Storm. And so, yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a great show. There's, I guess there's more than just 1941 Raiden and Hot Dog Storm based on the number of requests we got, based on just the length of video game history. I think we got a deep well of vertical shooters to pull from. And I think we're gonna have a blast, man. It's gonna be a good show, pretty specific theme. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
John, I think there's an issue here.
What?
Do you realize this is episode 208?
Yes, episode 208, Vertical Scrolling Shooters, as chosen by Pass Blaster.
208.
What are we doing? What is this?
What's that? 208, John, is divisible by 26. You realize this?
Hold on. Holy fuck.
carry
someone
on.
get this man a calculator.
Oh my god, yeah. I really should have sent this away to the boys in the research department. But yes, it does appear that 208 is divisible by 26. This is wow. David, what does it say in the Game That Tune charter about our 26th every 26th episode?
Well, if you can give me a moment here to unravel the GTT charter, every 26 episodes, the theme is a redo episode.
That's right, David. That's correct. You can now put away the foreskin. I know that's where the charter is kept. Man, I can't believe it. We've never done this before. We always recognize the coming redo episode and just go with it. So wow, we're gonna have to shift gears here. So vertical scrolling shooters. Spoiler alert: whoever wins is gonna pick vertical scrolling shooters for next week's episode. But in the meantime, man, we have got a fantastic, completely different episode coming up. We've got redo. We got games that we've previously used on the show, because sometimes 3 songs just isn't enough. You got some tasty jams, you got some new hot takes that you want to drop about games, or you just want to revisit the fantastic American Idol for Game Boy Advance soundtrack. And now that this is a surprise that's been sprung on us, I know Jesse can't have selected Game Boy Advance American Idol. So it's going to be a great show.
Wait. How do you know?
You know, Jesse, American Idol for the Game Boy Advance might qualify as a vertical shooter, so you might have already had that one loaded up. You were just ready to break all the rules, bring back a game for the 3rd time. But I don't think you did. I bet you can scramble through your collection and find a different song to play. So yeah, what a great show we're gonna have for you tonight. Redo games. We got 4 great games. Sorry, no fan request on redo episodes. That's also in the Game That Tune charter. David can flip over his foreskin and show you that section. It's in there. And it's gonna be a great episode, man. So yeah, let's dive back into some Game That Tune classics. Johnny, start us up with game 1.
Game 1.
So, in one town in the game, there is a little girl who will ask the player to deliver a message to her friend in another city. When the player delivers it to that said friend, they find that it is actually a middle-aged man who mentions that the letter is from a friend of his that he hasn't seen since childhood. If the player returns to that child, she will no longer be there, implying they are a ghost. Would anyone like that trivia again?
No.
No.
Yeah, I figured because everybody knows what it is. Let's see those answers. Oh, I want to give you a point so bad. So John and John both say Pokemon Sword and Shield. Jesse says Mario Piss with a drawing of Mario with his penis out peeing in a stream. You know, if you had just written Mario Piss, I would have said no, but that artwork, I'm calling this a hat trick.
Yeah. Let's go.
But more correctly, this is Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Mario Piss and Shield.
In a way, Mario Piss is still completely incorrect and wildly off base. But, good job giving him the point anyway.
If, like I said, if he had just written Mario Piss, I would have been like, oh, that's funny. But drawing Mario with his cock out peeing, you know what? That's worthy of a point.
Let's game that tune, baby. You gotta love, I think, the chat misguiding Jesse severely as that first song came on. Everybody's like, "Oh, a Mario song," and began saying Mario things in the chat. And man, if anybody out there has played Pokemon Sword and Shield, you know that ain't no Mario song. That's my man Hop's theme, baby.
I was gonna say,
Hop.
Yeah, I
you
know. That's
played-
the thing. I was gonna act like I liked it, but it's a feint. I fucking despise Hop.
I was gonna say, if you've played Pokemon Sword and Shield, you know that song because that is Hop's battle theme, and that song pops up every fucking 10 minutes.
I have that game. But I really wanted to draw Mario peeing. So
Yeah, no, I feel that. I fucking hate that character. Seriously, man. Of all the rival characters they've come up with in these Pokemon games, and I've played 4 of them, man, I don't like him at all. Like, there's something about the cheerful, like, come on, man, let's go. Let's run down the road and do the next thing, and I'll see you there. Woohoo! And he just, like, takes off ahead of you, and then you keep kicking his ass. And it's like, you can't still be happy. I'm so fucking done with you. Like, get out of here. I'm leveling my Pokemon up to 50, and you're still sending out your fucking sheep and, like, smiling as you do it. You don't know what you're in over your head, Hop, you fucking douche.
Well, the thing that gets me too is you like completely destroy him, whoop his ass, like one hit kill his entire team. It's like, that was a great battle. I'll see you next time and I'll get you then. Like, no, you won't.
Yeah, no, it's like, I'm going to send out a fucking, whatever, Lars Ulrich monkey. It's like, I still have the fire rabbit. I'm just going to whoop his ass. Like, nothing has changed. They're just bigger now. Like, I'm still whooping that ass. This is not, you're born to lose.
See, it's funny because the reason that I chose this game is if you go back to listen to the episode where we first brought this in, I was like, oh yeah, I've been playing it. I have not gotten to the first gym yet.
Right. Jesse used this quick.
I put this game down for a while, and then recently picked it back up, and I was like, oh yeah, this game's actually super fucking fun. Like, it's a little slow in the beginning, but once it gets going, like, fuck yeah, it's classic Pokemon and highly enjoyable. And I was actually playing this the other night, and my wife was laughing because she looked at me and said, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I sat there and she heard me say, you're level 40. Why do you have Growl? And it's because I was fighting Hop. And he was like, oh yeah, use Growl. I was like, that's the first move that gets deleted. Like, seriously, guy.
I fucking hate that guy so much. Like, he's so chipper. And, like, I feel like he's got some kind of upsetting thing. I mean, he's got some weird, probably upsetting, like, home life because his brother is, like, the ultimate champion and he's just some fucking loser in a denim jacket. And it's like, I cannot think of a worse person to have as, like, a friendly rival for this whole trip. Like, can you please leave me alone? Like, go back home and raise your sheep. It's not happening. What's the sheep's name? Wooloo. Like, take Wooloo. Yeah. And go back home. You're done. You don't belong in any of this. Been outclassed every step of the way.
That's why I'm your greatest rival. It's like, really? Can my greatest rival be like one of the other 4 people who are vying for Pokemon champion? Like, does it have to be you?
Yeah, no. Like, you meet so many better rivals along the way. It's like, can we not have you be the rival? Like, I don't know. Can we do that like cool like punk check or something? Or I'm trying to remember the other gym leaders. What's up with the dragon dude? He I actually struggled with his gym. Can he be my rival? Like, anybody but Hop.
But I wanted to bring this game back because, like I said, I've been replaying it. Or I shouldn't say replaying. I've been playing it again and continuing to play. Yes. And I know that when we discussed it the first time, like we briefly touched on the controversy and people kind of hating on this game. And I don't know what it is, but the game like recaptured that Pokemon magic. And maybe it's because like I made a conscious effort to choose Pokemon that I normally wouldn't. Like, my team always has my starter, and then I always had like a water type and like a ground type and a flying type. And this time I'm going for Pokemon that are like very different. Like, I have a fire type. This is the first time that I've actually used a fighting type Pokemon because I never really gotten fighting type. I just captured like a steel elephant that I'm using who is actually really badass. And yeah, something about this game, like it's fun. Like, people are like, oh, you can't catch every single Pokemon in the game, and the textures on the trees within the wild air is really low resolution. It's like, yeah, but I'm enjoying myself. Like, I'm having fun. And I'm kind of looking at that DLC expansion like, that might need to happen, because then you get like a karate bear, and everyone needs a karate bear in their life.
Okay, now hold on. Nobody told me about Karate Bear. Are you kidding? Like that sounds pretty great. I did not pay attention to the content of the DLC because I fizzled out on this pretty quickly. And my sad admission currently, in the process of moving, I've misplaced all of my Switch games. They are in one zipper case, and it's somewhere in this house. I hope. And I haven't been able to go back to Pokemon. I've been wanting to. I've had Smash Brothers. I've been rotating Smash Brothers and Animal Crossing out of my Switch, and I'm like, I'd really like to go back to other games, and I have not yet because I declared Pokemon Sword and Shield my game of the year last year because of how much I enjoyed it. I was really digging it, and then it fizzled out, and I'm like, okay, it's been long enough. I need to go back to that. Like. It's fun. I don't give a fuck about any of the controversy. Like, I don't have time to catch all the Pokemon. I don't notice the low textures on the trees. I don't care if you recycled the models from other games. Like, it's a fun Pokemon game in England. I have a cool bike. I got a team of interesting Pokemon. I've been out of the Pokemon game for so long that all these Pokemon, it's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Some of them are stupid. But some of them are pretty cool. And I'm just like, I'm trying everything. I'm just, it's like Zootopia, baby. I'm trying everything.
Yeah, I'm still loving
Beastars.
like a lot of the new like Galar Pokemon. I'm really enjoying. Like, I have a Centiskorch, which is basically a flaming centipede. Like, fuck
Hold on,
yeah,
let me
this
ask you
thing is
something.
awesome.
David, in your opinion, is Centiskorch based on a piece of sizzling bacon?
Yes.
Okay, I just,
Now that you say that, yes, absolutely.
I love it. I think it's cool. It's a fucking, sizzling bacon centipede. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. That's great. Yeah, like, cool.
Well, that's like I have a steel type that I'm just starting to use because I never used steel types before, and it's basically like a giant green copper steel elephant. I was like, you know what? I'm fucking into this.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. I'm in.
I literally just caught a wrestling octopus. I was like, these new
Yeah.
Pokemon are fucking dope.
Yeah, dude, there's some good ones.
I have
But see,
way
Oh,
too
go
many
for it.
fighting types on my team because all the
there
fighting
are,
types
there are
are
a lot
badass.
of like, fighting and dark types in the game, and I'm like, I keep on gravitating towards these because that's just that's what I'm about. Darkness and fighting. That's fun shit. Like there's that fox or like wolf thing. That's it's like it appears to be a gentleman thief fox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a fox with a domino mask on. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Count him in. And it's like, no, now I got Pangoro, and he's a fighting dark type. Got to have him too. Fuck, my team's all fighting in dark types. Oops. So tried to
Well,
play against myself a little bit. I got I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a little fairy plant type with like a cotton ball on its back that has like razor leaf and like sleep powders and stuff. I'm like, you're in. I need you on the team, whoever you are, Puffy.
Well, John, I'm not working for Nintendo and trying to sell their DLC, but the new bear Pokemon Cubfu, it's a fighting type bear, which you can choose how it evolves, and it can either evolve into fighting and water or fighting and dark. So you get like a one-punch dark fighting bear.
See, I kind of like that, though. At the same time, like I said, I'm good on my dark types and my fighting types. So maybe I have to go with fighting water bear. I was just at the at the golf over the weekend. I was hanging out with my nephew, and we were beating up the ocean. So maybe that would be the kind of bear I'm looking for, like just a bear that punches waves. That sounds good. Sure, that's what that bear is. Water punching bear.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah,
But-
great.
Yeah, I like I said, I feel like I kind of slept on this game. Like I bought it, I played like the first part of it, and I was like, yeah, this is fun. Okay. And then, a new Smash Brothers character came out, Dragon Quest came out, like whatever. And then I went back to it, it's like, oh wait, no, this game's really fucking fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a big fun new world to explore. I like the colorful characters, the gyms. They're fun updates of like the in my opinion, the classic easy puzzles of Pokemon gyms. It's like, all right, yeah, it's just like a water like flip a switch puzzle. Oh look, you gotta like walk through some ice and not fall in the floor, and if you do, oh no, you just go back to the beginning and there's a hole in the floor and you got to walk somewhere else now. Like, these are not hard puzzles, and I'm digging them. Like, it's,
Yeah,
and they take place in big soccer arenas and stuff. So there's like a real like sports presentation to it with the cheering fans and stuff. You got jerseys, and it's really cool.
Yep. I like
That's
being
the
able
one
to pick
thing
my
that
number 187 and wear it on my back the entire time.
That's the one thing that I really, really love, and I think this game has done better than any other Pokemon game, is like really stress how big Pokemon is. Because like when you go to a gym fight in any other game, it's like, okay, yeah, you fight a couple trainers and then you challenge a leader and then you're done. It's like, no, this is a spectacle. Like there are just bands of people cheering you on as you fight.
Yeah, it's usually like, you and one other person in a private room having a Pokemon battle, and then you leave, and it's like, all right, I guess I'm a gym master now. And it's like, no. You need to go in front of 100,000 screaming fans, and these Pokemon are going to turn gigantic, and the music is going to have people cheering in it, and it's going to be extra energetic and awesome. It's like, yes to all of that. Like,
that was one thing too that I noticed, because I just beat the Ice Gym. I have yet to beat the game at this point. I'm working on it, but I just beat the Ice Gym, and in classic Pokemon lore, like I talk to every NPC because you never know when a non-playable character is going to be like, "Hey, Pokemon are wacky, right?" Or when NPCs are just going to be like, "Oh, hi, thanks for saying hello. Here's an important item. Just fucking take it."
Yeah, like that guy with a ball for a head.
I fucking love Ball Guys so much. But yeah, I was talking to somebody in the Ice Gym, and they're like, "Oh, wait, I think that's that famous trainer. I saw her on the telly the other day." It's like, people are recognizing me and noticing me for completing gym challenges. Like, this is a really good exploration of how the Pokemon world actually works.
Yeah, no, it's it really is. It's really a lot of fun. Like, it does suck that the last time we talked about it through the lens of like the controversy stuff. Because now with the time to play it, it's like, oh yeah, don't give a fuck. This game's a blast. Like, it's just an unmitigated blast. So it's been a lot of fun for me. It's funny. I have actually outlasted my nephew on this. My nephew, who's 7, has now moved on to like his other games. He still has his Pokemon cards, but he like dropped this. I'm like, oh, you little chump ass. Like, what if I trade you? What if I just like gift you a level 50 Gyarados? Will that get you back in the game? I don't know. Maybe it's like, the answer better be yes, or I'm not giving you my fucking Gyarados, kid. So, it's I just keep poking him like, hey, you still doing that shit? And because that was one of the selling points, was being able to connect with him on this. Like, this is his first big Pokemon game, so it's like looking forward to playing it with him. And then I'm still playing it, and he's done. I'm like, that tracks.
You better finish. You better train up your team. I want to whoop your ass. Come on.
Yeah, he's a funny kid, man. He is kind of like a real world Hop. He is relentlessly optimistic. He's 7 years old. He's out of his element. He wants to battle with his Uncle John all the time. And I'm like, Owen, I'm just going to wipe the fucking floor with you, kid. Like, I can't do this to you. And he's like, come on, Uncle John, let's go. I've got a Snorlax. It's like, I've got fucking like level 70 Pokemon, dude. Just, oh no. Fine.
Is Hop a 7-year-old? Is that the explanation here?
It might be. He might be a big ass 7-year-old.
He's a 7-year-old who just happens to be like 5'6".
Yes, exactly. That actually also describes my nephew. He's a very tall kid. I forget that sometimes. I let it get away from me. It's like, wait, no, that kid's still only 7. Don't fuck with him so hard. So that's a note for all you Pokemon playing uncles out there. Don't whoop up on your nephew so hard that he quits playing Pokemon, because it happens. You feel bad. But yeah, David, fucking great pick, man. What a delightful game. I hope it continues on. I don't know if they got more DLC planned or if the islands are the only things. But I like the world. I like everything about the game, man. It's if I can find it and play it again, I intend to complete it. because I think I still have like some kind of elaborate challenge left. I was like, oh, I beat all the gyms. That was fast. It's like, all right, yeah, now you're in like the big leagues. I'm like, oh shit, there's like a Premier League. Cool. And I haven't beaten that. So, one year I will beat this.
You complete all the gyms, and then there's the Elite Four, and then the Pokemon Champion. Like, have you not played a Pokemon game before?
Okay, see, for some reason I was misinterpreting. I thought it was like a second like set of gyms or something. Of course, it's just the same formula, but cool. Well, whatever it ends up being, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to finish it one day with my team of nothing but fighting dark types. It's going to be great. Hell yeah. Great pick, David. Anything else on Pokemon Sword and Shield? Any final Pokemon shout-outs, your favorites?
I do want to take one quick opportunity to shout out. I'm working now to evolve it, but Frostmoth, I am so glad that they have finally combined Bug type and Ice type into one Pokemon. Two of my favorite Pokemon types are now finally in one Pokemon, and I am so excited about that.
Word. Actually, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to take the last word from you, but I forgot I guess it's a new Pokemon for this generation. Toxtricity is like
I
the
love that
dopest.
album.
Yeah,
cool.
the System of a Down Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's like the lizard that strums its own chest like a bass and shoots poison. Like, you're on the team.
He's badass.
Yeah, it's fucking
you're
electric and based off of British punk rock. Like, it's a
From
great
Mohawk.
Pokemon.
Yeah, see, and it's funny too because it evolved from like a little baby, and I'm like, all right, who's this baby?
Yeah,
And
the
then,
baby
like,
sucked.
I was like, all right, I'll bring the little baby on the team, and then it evolved into that. I'm like, that was so worth it. Like, hell yeah. So,
Well, I mean, that's the law of Pokemon. Like, the cuter a Pokemon is, the more badass it evolves into.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just hoping, like, I don't know, maybe my son's life takes on a similar trajectory. Like, he's cute now, but he's going to grow up to be Johnny Rotten. It's going to be fucking great. Like,
I mean, I started with a cute little monkey, like, playing with a twig, and now it's a fucking gorilla banging on, like, a totem drum.
mm-hmm. It's, Pokemon fucking rules, man. Let's talk about this again in 26 episodes.
Game 2.
All right, so two little pieces of trivia. One, this game was developed in Hawaii, which is kind of cool. Um, so in early discussions with the game director, they asked the composer for themes for the 8 main characters, along with an exciting battle track, a gloomy, danger evoking piece, and around 10 other tracks. Um, so the composer spent about a year coming up with about 160 pieces of music, but only 140 appear in the game. All right, let's see what you guys wrote or drew. Oh man. Oh, let's see. David unfortunately went Final Fantasy Tactics. Sorry about that. But John and Johnny said Final Fantasy 9. They are correct.
Sweet.
Final Fantasy 9. It's 20 years old this year. So that's something.
We're old.
Yeah. I've been actually replaying this on the Switch.
Yeah, I bought it for the Switch a while back when it was on sale, and I began it and thought this is kind of cool, and then set it down because I don't know. It turns out RPGs from that era, I guess by my modern gaming brain standards, are a little bit of a slow start.
Yeah, they definitely are. Luckily, though, with the Switch, it has a thing where you can speed up like the battles, because the battles can be a little slow, especially in the beginning when you don't have a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
But the Switch does have, like, you can speed up the battles. You can like turn battles off altogether, which seems crazy. You can make the battles like one-hit kills, so you can just mow through things. Like, there's some
Nobody
weird,
told me that. These sound like great options.
yeah, there's some weird fun things you can do in the Switch version.
Huh. Cool.
But yeah, it's still a classic. I think.
Yeah. I think also the thing that threw me off maybe at the beginning, am I misremembering it? Do you start as Vivi?
No, you don't start as Vivi.
Maybe it just showed Vivi early. So you start out as what, Zidane?
Yeah, Zidane.
Okay.
And, he headbutts that dude, and in the soccer match.
Right.
Oh, I'm thinking of another Zidane.
That other Zidane.
Yeah.
Man, that reference is landing for our audience.
I know.
We're referencing a World Cup from 14 years ago.
You know?
And I'm sorry, Final Fantasy IX, this is the one with Squall or no?
No
That's 8.
Squall. That's
Okay.
8.
Yeah. Sorry, man. No,
Forgive me,
no
I was,
sexy Final Fantasy High School here.
I was playing the other Square Enix JRPG series, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I wish I had more to say about Final Fantasy IX. I know it's well liked. It's part of a series of very well liked games, and I wish I had gotten more into it because, I feel like it's one of the last ones where it had that like kind of interestingly diverse cast of characters, and it wasn't just a bunch of real sexy people. And also, I mean, Kamari's a sexy beast, man. Like, I feel like the character variety in this game is like, all right, yeah, this is a ragtag bunch of dudes. I'm into this. Like,
Yeah, there's a good you get to play as Zidane, your tail having thief who is very noble and, kind of a ladies' man too. You got
love the tail.
yeah. Usually it's the other way around. You got Dagger or Garnet, the princess that runs away for adventure. You got fucking Vivi, the black mage boy who doesn't quite understand, life, and he's worried about dying.
Now, question on Vivi: do they ever, take off the mask? Do you ever get to see the actual face?
No.
Or, just the hat with the eyes the whole time.
Yep. That's all you need.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Good on them. Yeah, it's like Vivi for Vendetta. They just never show the they never actually take off the mask. He just remains the strange ethereal character that he is the entire time. Come on, I thought Vivi for Vendetta was going to score a point with one of you guys.
That was okay. That's all right.
No, I was just sitting here thinking, it's like, I would describe V from Vendetta as a lot of things, but ethereal is not really one of them.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Dude, we're coming in with hot V takes here.
He is absolutely ethereal.
Oh, damn, Johnny, Dynamite drop in. Tell us about it, man.
So, I didn't have a bit prepared for this.
You should have. If you're going to play the hot take sound and drop V for Vendetta hot takes, you better be prepared to back him up, motherfucker.
I was really looking forward to, he's totally ethereal. So I've never read V for Vendetta.
I've just now Googled the definition of ethereal, and I retract the hot take sound.
It's kind of like when Johnny was talking about, Watchmen is amazing, although I don't understand why there's a giant squid in it.
One of the funniest reveals ever is that Johnny has watched that entire new Watchmen series with zero context.
It was great.
I know it's great, John, but you don't really fully appreciate why it's great. Oh,
You should still read Watchmen.
man. Yeah, okay. Let's recast Watchmen with the characters from Final Fantasy IX. And I would watch that. Jesse,
Finally, this is my time to shine.
yeah, Jesse and David come together. Let's see who's replacing Rorschach. It's
Oh
Vivi.
boy. No. Oh no, because Vivi is very likable, while Rorschach is awful.
I have never played
Rorschach
Final
is badass and the hero of that story.
I have never played Final Fantasy IX, but I feel like if anything, Vivi would be Night Owl.
Man, I don't know. This is hard to cast because a lot of the Watchmen are kind of losers. Like,
Yeah, they're like anti-heroes or outright villains, and
Yeah.
Final Fantasy IX characters are all like forthright and heroic.
like
Who's the most forthright and heroic Final Fantasy IX character?
Steiner.
Then I nominate
No.
Steiner for Adrian Veidt.
Steiner's a fucking
Shut
D-bag.
the fuck up.
Steiner's a big dummy,
Choke me up.
all about fucking protocol and playing everything by the book and
He's
he,
forthright.
yeah, but he's like, I don't know, he's just a jerk. He only
Just say
does
he's Fortnite?
He's forthright, man. Come on.
Oh, forthright. Okay. I was really confused for a second.
Fucking Steiner, he's all about Fortnite.
yeah.
Yes.
No wonder I don't like him. He's always fucking dabbing and
Now,
Oh,
who
God.
from-
Steiner
Like,
doing a dab.
Can we please have the next Final Fantasy game featuring the floss?
Hell yeah.
which Final Fantasy IX character is the most compassionate?
I swear to God, if you say
Like
that's the
Garnet.
Rorschach, I will fly to Baltimore and punch you.
Who did you say, Jesse?
probably Garnet or Dagger.
Then I'm gonna say Garnet for Dr. Manhattan.
Damn it.
I mean, she doesn't have a blue penis, so
Yeah. For the
Johnny,
for
you're off
Johnny
the
didn't
show.
get any of this. Yeah.
Like,
You
I
go
don't
back and
have
watch
that
it
authority,
again.
but you're fucking fired from the show.
Yeah. I mean, so it's a fool's errand trying to cast Watchmen and Final Fantasy IX characters, as it turns out.
yeah, that's very impossible.
Because they're so much alike. They're the same thing.
Yeah.
This is it's taken a weird turn, man. We weren't even supposed to be discussing Watchmen. Jesus. Yeah, we're supposed to be
blame
discussing V for Vendetta and how VV and V are essentially the same character.
I mean, one wears a mask and the other one doesn't.
See, I consider the Black Mage face a mask. It's
Oh,
just yellow eyes and an unknowable face.
Is that racist?
I feel like it is.
No, if it is.
Although all the other black mages in the game are evil, but I think they're all robots. So
Yeah.
I feel like minor spoiler alert. Vivi was one of these robot things that didn't quite work out like the other ones did, and somehow got loose.
So it's an iRobot situation.
Kind of.
All right, so let's recast iRobot with Final Fantasy IX characters. Which one of these is crying Will Smith from that video that we all just saw last week?
Oh man, crying Will Smith.
Alternatively, can we cast Final Fantasy IX with various characters played by Alan Tudyk?
Ooh. Yes,
Okay.
we can. Okay, so Zidane obviously is the weasel from Zootopia. Steiner, he's your wash.
Yeah.
And I
I would-
have further Final Fantasy IX knowledge to go on this, so just
Maybe-
be random
maybe-
things together.
Freya would be the droid from Rogue One.
Oh, word! I forgot Alan Tudyk was the Rogue One droid.
I'll nominate Sid for Steve the Pirate.
I was about to say, it's like what I really want to know is who is Steve the Pirate?
Yeah, Sid's a good fit for
Or-
that. There is a Sid in Final Fantasy IX, right?
Yeah, there's always a Sid.
Always a Sid. Okay, good.
He's I'm pretty sure he's the Oblop. He's a king turned into a beetle.
Cool.
Who is the chicken from Moana?
Amaranth Coral.
Flaming Amaranth, the fucking tall guy who punches shit. He's the chicken.
Makes sense to me, man. Look at him. Come on.
Oh man,
This is
pretty good.
demonstrating, my shocking lack of Final Fantasy IX knowledge. This is great. Fucking
Demonstrating your shocking lack of Final Fantasy knowledge and my shocking strength of Alan Tudyk knowledge.
No,
He's
yeah,
got two dicks.
I like being able to piggyback off that, man. You got to respect that guy. All right, so which one of them is Alan Tudyk in Death at a Funeral, who's just like rolling on drugs and getting butt naked?
Maybe Aiko. Oh no, quick, Kina, the lady with the big tongue who likes to eat everything.
Oh yeah,
She's one of my favorite characters.
she's gonna ruin that funeral.
So, final question, and then I'm done with this bit. Who is, in Final Fantasy IX, who is King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph?
Oh man, probably Kuja or from he's like the
I feel like we're
villain.
running out of characters. It's gotta
I'd
be
say,
like,
Dr. Tot.
who is Dr. Tot?
I Google Final Fantasy IX characters, and he seems to be wearing like a stovepipe hat and big glasses.
What?
Huh?
We're going with protagonists here, man. Who the fuck did you find?
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't. Some weird
Dr.
NPC.
Tot.
Nothing perfectly encapsulates Johnny on GTT than saying, I don't know, I Googled this game, and this was the first name I found.
I mean,
So-
I appreciate his attempt to jump in, but like, who? Dr. Tot? I mean, respect for trying to hop in the bit, John. But no, you pull up the list of goddamn Final Fantasy IX characters and stick with the first 8. It's not that hard. Jeez. Anyway,
I do kind of want to download and play Final Fantasy IX based solely on the fact that there's a character named Dr. Tot. Like, all right, you have my interest.
allegedly, there's a character named Dr. Tot. Johnny can neither confirm nor deny this.
I mean, there is, but it's
Okay, good. Thank God. Why would that be like the top character you find? Like, you Google Final Fantasy IX characters and Dr. Tot's the first thing.
because it's almost like Dr. Robotnik.
That's why Johnny was drawn to him.
Robotnik.
Yep. Oh man. So anyway, fuck yeah, Dr. Tot and his 8 amazing friends. What a game this was. Jesse, anything else on Dr. Tot, which also will now be one of Johnny's nicknames?
Not necessarily on him, but I think 9 is it's not, I wouldn't say it's underrated at all because it's a lot of people's favorites. But
Yeah.
it's the 20-year anniversary, if you haven't played in a while and you have access to it, maybe give it a spin if you're not playing something else. If you haven't played it before and you can, try it out.
Yeah, and if you like games from 20 years ago and also games from 10 and 30 years ago, you should check out GTT Gems because we'll be talking about this. Not in July because we don't talk about things on their Japanese release. We talk about things on their American release. So we'll get to Final Fantasy IX come this November. It gives you several months to sign up at patreon.com/GameThatTune and listen to GTT Gems in the meantime. That's how you do a plug, baby. Dr. Tot, let's keep it going to the next game, my man.
Game 3.
All right, so this game was actually prototyped on the original Nintendo Entertainment System, and many of the main characters' animations comes just straight out of the original NES edition.
Man, there's so many games this could be.
Yeah, no, it's there's a wide range here.
I mean, it could be 5, 6, 7 games in one.
So let's see some answers, gentlemen. We have our second hat trick of the night. Jesse says Kirby Piss, and everybody else says Kirby Superstar, which is correct. Kirby Superstar for the Super Nintendo. Great game. Great 8 games.
Yeah, fuck, it is 8 games in one. What a fool I was.
I just said that number. I'm not sure if it's 8 or not. I think it is.
Johnny,
8,
come on, man. Do your research.
It's 6 games to start, and then you have the 2 unlockables. It's 8.
All right, then. That works out great. Yes, you got Spring Breeze, Dynablade, Gourmet Race, The Great Cave Offensive, Revenge of Meta Knight, Milky Way Wishes, the Arena, and whatever the punchy game one was, the one where you punch the star in half. What was that called?
Kirby Piss.
Yes, Kirby Piss.
Mm-hmm.
Where you try
I
out
believe
different
it was
timers and punch Popstar right in half.
Megaton Champs?
Yes,
Megaton Punch.
Megaton Punch?
Megaton Punch.
And Samurai Kirby.
Samurai Kirby. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. The old hat-based dueling game.
Kirby's of Tsushima.
Yes. Oh, God, that sounds so good. Yeah, that would be a beautiful game. Just... Oh man, if they would just release a downloadable like all Samurai Kirby, it's just the mini game from Kirby Superstar, but with the Ghost of Tsushima graphics, it would be pretty fucking good, man. Like I would give them $1 on that.
$1.
Yeah, hard, one crispy American dollar.
Johnny, finger over that button. Kirby Superstar, this is still the best Kirby game ever made?
That's not a
No.
hot
Yeah,
take. I
That's
agree.
about right.
Like
I
this
don't-
is
Okay.
of all Kirby games. I mean, I don't know. Kirby's Adventure is amazing too.
Mhm.
Because the one thing Kirby's Adventure had on this was Kirby's Adventure had a lot of different power ups. But I mean, this game did have a lot of power ups too. You just didn't get to use a lot of them until Milky Way Wishes, right?
Yeah.
Like that's where you got to use all of them.
Love doing that. Yeah, I hadn't thought about the progression of things. I was always just so squarely focused on how much like game you get. It's like, I never thought about the fact that maybe we're holding back powers the whole time because I was having a blast beating all those different games. You gotta, I can just get lost in that cave offensive all day, baby. I can and have. It's oh god, yeah, I love this game. Yeah. I would say it's pretty well covered on this show. Was this reused in another redo episode? I feel like this game is, I feel like we've talked about this at length, but
I think we may have.
I don't care, man. It's great.
I
I
love
distinctly
how-
remember this game getting used before because you had the trivia of like the anime ending and
Hell
me being very, very confused by that.
Mm-hmm. That was a deep pull on that trivia, man. Elbow deep. Yeah, man. It's God, I don't even know. What else is there to say? I mean, is this just in the Switch for everybody now? Is this just like this game just comes with your Nintendo subscription? Like everybody gets Kirby Superstar now?
I don't know that it's on the Super Nintendo Switch online service thing.
Yeah. See, I honestly wasn't sure.
It came out for the Super Nintendo Mini. That had this, I believe.
Yep, that definitely has it because
Yeah.
I don't remember if that was the first game I booted up when I plugged in that Super Nintendo Mini, but it was definitely the game I played the most before I realized, like, I played all these. This Super Nintendo Mini is a cool collector's item that features many games I've already played. But when a game is as good as Kirby Superstar, I don't mind revisiting it, like, I don't know, once a year or so. It's just, it's just one of those things. It's like, it's a comfort food game, man. You can plug this game in and just, have a nice, casual, fun time, free of horror. Nothing terrifying or horrific going on whatsoever. Just a bunch of fun enemies. You get to play with a partner. You get to move around colorful worlds. And, it's just a good time. It was had by all.
I'm not sure if you're doing a bit or if you just weren't paying attention, because when you talk about the Kirby games and being free from horror, those are completely opposite. Like, if you look at it, the Kirby games are terrifying.
I think John just never finished the Milky Way Wishes mini game on this one because that's where things take a real turn at the end there. Because throughout the game it's like, oh, here's a remake of Kirby's Dream Land, that's Spring Breeze. Oh, you're gonna fight the giant bird Dynablade. Oh, you're gonna race DDD. You're gonna explore a cave and find a bunch of cool things, including all the seasons.
All the seasons, motherfucker!
You're gonna fight Meta Knight. He's kind of a badass, but at the end he's a good guy, whatever. And then you get the Milky Way Wishes where you fight Marks, and it gets weird and quick, like at the end there.
The final boss is the sun and moon. I thought that was it.
No,
Oh god, that's right. This is the game that introduced Marks, isn't it?
there's more games with Marks. I feel like Marks, like after this game, they should have brought him back. He was creepy as shit.
I don't know. I haven't played much of the Kirby series post this. David might know that better than anybody. David, does Marks reappear, or are you just saying this is Marks' iconic appearance, and therefore, we all know about it?
I know Marks came back as a playable, like, downloadable character in whatever the Kirby Switch game was. And Marks is Star Allies. Marks is a boss in Smash Ultimate too. I feel like Marks maybe appeared another time. I'm not sure. But yeah, Marks is fucked up. I mean, a lot of the Kirby games are fucked up, but Mark's in particular is fucked up.
I don't really see the issue, man. He's just a cute little clown man. He's adorable.
Yeah.
Got a little,
So is Pennywise.
little pom-pom hat. Got no legs. He's just got feet. It's a Kirby enemy. He's cute. What's the problem?
Yeah, when he gets those like wings made out of bones that pop out of him, like that gets weird.
Just like Pennywise.
That all you got? Bone wings? Those don't scare me, man. He's adorable.
It's just like a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
And his eyes get crazy, and yeah, he just God, I can't remember what he says or does at the end of Kirby Superstar, but I remember it being very unsettling, very very nerve wracking, very like, oh God, like I gotta win this right now because I do not want to see this guy again. Like I do not want to lose his life. I don't want to have to play this any more than I have to. Let's just get through this and just get out of here. This is strange. I want to go home. Where's my mom? That's Mark's. Where's my mom?
Exactly. Does she know I'm playing this? Okay, I'm not sure if this is appropriate for me to be playing this. This just got horrifying.
Imagine having a parent-teacher conference over like, so I've heard you've been letting your kid play Kirby Superstar. Listen.
It's like, letting your kid watch an R-rated movie, man. Just, it's fucked up. Parents need to pay attention to these things.
I would say, like, this and maybe Kirby 64 are the most terrifying ones, because Kirby 64 is when like Nightmare takes over DDD and suddenly like his stomach becomes a giant mouth.
Dope.
Yeah.
No, not dope. Terrifying.
There's a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog porn based around that.
I just don't see what the problem is. I don't find it terrifying because they're cute characters made into horrifying things, and it's just whatever. They're still cute. DDD's adorable. I've never found the guy particularly terrifying. It is what it is. But like
see, that's one of the hallmarks of horror, is taking something that's cute and innocent and turning it into some eldritch abomination.
Right. But then he's still defeated by Kirby. So it's like, well, I guess it wasn't that serious. Like if
he gains
Kirby
superpowers by swallowing and ingesting his enemies.
I don't find Kirby particularly terrifying. Does that sound terrifying to you? It sounds like it would be a great way to go out, quite frankly. If Kirby wanted to eat me and have my unfortunate superpowers of, being just okay at Game That Tune, I'd be fine with that.
As I just said, there's a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog porn themed around this idea.
That sounds like a great way to go out, being eaten and consumed alive.
Yeah, but see, then somebody would press A, and I would come back to life as a partner character. It would be just fine, man. It would be great.
Yeah, so this game did have a great two-player mode, and I think it was the first Kirby game with any kind of two-player mode, period.
And it was dope.
Yeah, because I know Dreamland 2 Adventure, they didn't have that. Dreamland 3 on Super Nintendo may have had it, but I think that came out after this.
It did.
Yeah. Yeah, so this and yeah, that whole two-player mode was a lot of fun. Being the helper was a little bit more fun than being Kirby, because you get to play as not Kirby. That's kind of sweet.
Yeah, you get to play as the guy that holds the hammer, or the big fucking icy walrus dude. Like, wait, do you play as the icy walrus dude, or you just play as the snowman Chili?
I think you play as Snowman Chili. Yeah.
Ah, shucks.
Yeah,
but you get to play Bugsy, the suplexing bug.
Yeah.
I do love.
I like Sir Kibbles, mostly because his name is Sir Kibble.
So strange.
I know. It was in the Superstar Ultra, the DS remake. I'm not sure if it was in the original, but you could play as the Plasma Wisp, which was dope because you could just like hover above every single enemy and just like avoid all danger.
Yeah, no, you could totally play as that in Superstar, and Plasma Wisp has like the best fucking like attacks, like just move around a bunch and then eventually fire off a giant beam. Like, dope.
Yeah, just smash that D-pad a bunch.
Yeah,
build the
I will.
sparks.
Just, exactly. Move all over the place, and then I was thinking about it. Like, Kirby should have that as one of his special attacks in Smash Brothers. Like, it should be like Wario's Waft, you know, like an attack that you don't use very often, but like it gets stronger and stronger the more like D-pad inputs or like stick inputs you do in Smash Brothers, and then eventually you unleash a big fucking beam arrow. Like it would be complicated to program and keep track of, but it would be pretty goddamn cool because Plasma was the coolest power in the game. That's my Plasma hot take. Plasma was
Hot take.
fucking cool.
I think the only thing that even comes close to Plasma is UFO.
True, but UFO wasn't in this one. It was
Nope,
that
that
was
was- Adventure only, I believe.
yeah, it's an adventure exclusive. That's a classic right there.
It came back in one of the modern games. I don't remember which one, but I do know it came back.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
You know, special shout out. Okay, so let's do this. Lamest Kirby power / like ally to play as. Johnny, go.
Ooh, man, probably Parasol.
Yeah,
Like,
Parasol's pretty lame.
yeah,
David, you
it's-
said sleep. That is that's right up there. Can you even clone the sleepy guy? Like,
I
I feel like,
don't know, but I want to find out
yeah.
because that would be great. you just clone a helper, he just goes to sleep, and that's it.
Yeah. All right, get out of my room. Yeah. It's my way of telling you cannot play. Jesse, lamest Kirby superstar power?
Whew. I mean, sleep is pretty bad. Fucking. God, what? There's one I'm thinking of. Like this, it's on the tip of my tongue. I
I'll
can't.
go ahead and say mine. Bird. Yeah, the bird sucked. Like, yeah, you can fly. You can fly. You're a bird, but you also just shoot 3 feathers. It's like
Oh yeah.
that ain't cool. Like, just that's your big attack. Give me almost anything else. But yeah, Jesse, you got one or?
I'm trying. I'm googling some refresher.
Yeah.
What about, could
Uh,
you clone Cook into a helper? I don't think you could because that was like a one-time ability.
Yeah, see, the thing of that or the mic.
Yeah.
The microphone would be pretty great to have around.
Right? Because I love the mic power. That thing was awesome.
Yeah, it's always awesome.
Yeah, especially
I am.
in this game. It was just like a remake of the Kirby's Adventures, like things, but with like much like updated sprites, and they
Right.
look so good.
Yeah.
Especially Mohawk Kirby.
So sad that in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Kirby had the Cook power as his final smash, and then he got the Ultra Sword, and they kept the Ultra Sword. I'm so mad that they didn't update it, and his final smash wasn't to get punk rock Mohawk Kirby and do like the scream that just fucked up the whole screen. That would be so much better.
Oh yeah.
Really fucking good. But anyway, yeah, man, it's there's just so much fun to be had with Kirby and his various powers. And especially again playing with a friend. It's it was mind blowing at the time, and I'm sure that there are other 2-player Kirby games by now, but like this is easily like the most go-to like couple of friends getting drunk with a taste for SNES games. Like this is pretty much at the top of the list. Like because it's just there's no malice, there's no like weird shit. Like I don't think you can really fuck with each other when you're playing this game. You're just partners and having fun and doing your thing in Kirby worlds. It's good shit.
Getting all the seasons.
Yeah, dude.
That's-
Yeah. Oh man, I love everything about the Great Cave Offensive and collecting all those goddamn seasons. Do not go digging on YouTube to find a time that Johnny and I streamed Kirby Superstar. What a mess.
Real quick before we move on, what was your favorite game in Kirby Superstar?
Great Cave Offensive.
Yeah, Great Cave
Honey?
Offensive.
Jesse?
Yeah. Cave Offensive was really good.
And I mean, second place vote for a mini game, Megaton Punch.
David, what was your favorite game?
I'm actually going to say Milky Way Wishes. I liked going around and collecting all of the...
Game 4.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, fucking, David likes horror clowns confirmed. That's just how it is, man. I get it. So anyway, yeah, man. Fucking excellent pick, John. Fantastic soundtrack. Shout out to Jun Ishikawa and Hirokazu Ando. Fantastic tunes. Great game, Johnny. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Hell yeah, man. Let's not all pull out our microphones and scream into them, exploding each other, and just move on to the fourth game.
Oh.
Thought about recreating one of those sounds. I'm like, no, I edit this show. I would hate to have to do anything with that. It would just be blown out and terrible sounding.
Game 4.
All right, guys. So this game's main character's real name is Douglas. How's everybody feeling?
Pretty good.
Fantastic.
Pretty good. I just gotta keep writing my words down.
Okay, cool. Think it through. Think of games with famously cool main characters who have cool names that nobody realizes their name is actually Douglas, which is amongst the least cool names of all time. All right,
This is okay.
it's time. Okay, so Jenny wrote some. It looks like 3 knuckles, which is very strange. David says Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Sadly incorrect. Jesse says Falcon Piss, which is about as close as someone can get to writing F-Zero GX, which is the correct answer.
Oh yeah.
I should have gotten that.
I gotta say, I did not see that coming.
Falcon Piss.
I really thought that by just mixing up the songs a little bit and giving you trivia related to Captain Falcon's name, that you probably just weren't going to get this. Because
You were correct.
Good old
Douglas-
Douglas Falcon.
Douglas J. Falcon, aka Captain Falcon.
Well, it depends on if we're going with the games or the anime, because in the anime, Captain Falcon is a title that's given to like various characters. Like he gives it to Rick Wheeler before
Right.
Falcon punching Black Shadow in a nuclear explosion and sacrificing himself.
So
Go with
is
the game,
sh-
David,
is
not
the
the
show
anime.
anime that tune or game
exactly.
that tune?
We've been asked to cover
Tricky.
anime tunes in the radio stream before and on the show, and we firmly resisted it because no, David, we're not talking about the goddamn anime. Are you kidding, David? We're talking about canon in the games, baby. We're talking about Douglas J. Falcon, motherfucker.
Like a big old piss cannon.
Yeah, cannon of piss aimed right at David. Boom. I mean, F-Zero takes place in space. So
Space.
it fits. It's the only logical place for a giant piss cannon. Anyway, so Douglas J. Falcon aside, man, F-Zero GX, what a fucking game. This
Hard as shit.
just like that giant piss cannon. It's pretty hard, man.
Really? 'Cause I have a very difficult time peeing while hard. Like,
Yeah.
hey.
Jeez, David.
No, it,
Thank you.
well, yeah, it's like one of those fucking fire hose, videos where it's just going all over the place and someone's trying to hold it and they're flying up in the air.
Exactly, man. If you think that fire hose isn't hard, you've never been just smacked right in the face with one when you're trying to take a piss. Anyway, F-Zero GX.
I feel like you have really just embraced your role as like morning zoo crew soundboard person, where you don't say anything, you just push buttons as soon as there's downtime.
Friends.
It's like Ira and the douche.
Really just trying to, introduce the game and keep getting soundtracked with, space and piss and friends. But yeah, man, F-Zero's been back on my mind recently because, I don't get deep into, like Twitter stuff or like, expecting Nintendo to announce things. But I guess recently people were really hardcore speculating that there was going to be some new Nintendo Direct, and people were really hoping beyond hope that they were going to announce a new F-Zero because someone out there registered a new Twitter account involving F-Zero. And some idiots, Nintendo fanboy idiots, really thought there was going to be an F-Zero announcement coming up. And
Did you
they got
register
something
that?
else instead.
Did you register that account, John?
I
Was
did.
it you?
It was me, baby. Douglas J. Game That Tune owns many Twitter accounts. But yeah, so they registered this F-Zero Twitter account and didn't do anything with it. Got a bunch of followers and then promptly shared like this weirdly weird, not safe for work, like gay cartoon on it. And
Ooh.
that's all. That's it. Just like a music video of some cartoon characters doing some things. And I'm like, so I'm thinking they're not announcing a new F-Zero this week. Just spitballing here. I think you internet boys, you've been had, because this seems pretty conclusive that Nintendo either doesn't own that account or was promptly hacked before getting the chance to announce their new F-Zero.
Probably, yeah. I guess we won't announce it now.
Ah,
shucks.
Ruined it for
I
everyone.
kind of like the idea of Nintendo announcing a brand new F-Zero game by announcing that Captain Falcon is gay. Like, you know what? Props to you. That'd be badass.
Yes, that would have been just fine with me. Because there's a lot of muscly dudes in fucking F-Zero, and I would have been there for it. That would have been pretty good.
Oh well, that's not possible. Captain Falcon's a badass. He's not gay. Like, look at Smash Brothers. The man is literally covered in flames.
Yep, and he wears a lot of purple for a white guy. So it's nope. Sadly, no new F-Zero coming, which keeps right in line with how I felt when we covered this almost exactly 3 years ago on the podcast. Why the fuck isn't there a new F-Zero coming? Like, seriously. It's just, I love this game so much, and it would be such a good new game, even a remaster. This game was fantastic. A remaster would be so fucking slick, baby, and it would just, it would just really... It would be one of my new most played games. Like, I'm not saying you got to do anything crazy. We don't need 30-player online multiplayer. Give me a few players of online multiplayer. Give me don't even give me online multiplayer. Just give me a remastered F-Zero GX with all those cool ass characters. I'd be into it. But no, Johnny remains dormant.
Johnny, stop looking at your phone. Get ready on the keyboard. Maybe the reason that we haven't had a new F-Zero is because they already made the perfect F-Zero game in F-Zero GX.
It's true.
I like how I say, Johnny, get ready on the keyboard, and you immediately put your hands back away from the keyboard.
I mean, Johnny doesn't know what we're talking about here. He's unclear on where he is, but
he should.
Where am
F-Zero GX was co-made by Sega.
It's true.
Hot take.
That's not a hot take, John. That's a fact of this game's development.
Thank you for hot taking a factual statement.
I don't think I've done that before.
Oh, man. But no, David, this is pretty goddamn close to a perfect F-Zero game. The only way to make it more perfect is to do more of it. Like, just give me some more tracks. Like, take everything that worked about this, which was pretty much everything, maybe dial down the difficulty from like 11 to 10.2.
Oh.
And, like, so you don't have to be fucking flawless perfect to complete the story mode. Like, just, make it to where you can be really good and complete the story mode, not fucking like superb, like best, like fucking like perfect pixel perfect timing on every single challenge. And fucking give us more of this. Like, it's just, it's fantastic. It's fucking fantastic. Seat of your pants, 60 frames per second, slick fucking racing, like awesome courses in space and fire levels and green planets and casinos. And, like they just fucking re-released Star Wars Episode 1 Racer as a remaster. Remaster this fucking game. Like, that game just took F-Zero X and put Star Wars on it. Like, just, okay, remaster this game. Put that game in its place. Its rightful place.
Now that's what I call pod racing.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I call pod racing. F-Zero racing, motherfucker. Like,
could you imagine, like,
pod race scene?
Racing around Green Planet in HD with that full, like, 3D tube that you could roll around in the jungle and oceans? Like, God, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine somebody gathering a bunch of podcasters and starting up some kind of racing circuit and calling it pod racing and very much disappointing with the Star Wars fans.
Johnny, could you imagine shutting the fuck up?
I mean, I appreciate the joke, honestly. If there were enough famous podcasters to start some sort of racing league and just call it now This Is Pod Racing,
Yeah.
and then draw in some people, and then they'd be like, God damn it.
Wacky
Should have
race-
known.
Cars,
It's
or would
wacky
be like-
races with podcasters.
Uh,
So-
see, I was thinking they would just they would stream on Twitch playing existing racing games. Like it would just be like, like Joe Rogan and fucking
No. Oh
No.
God.
I
Mark
want
Maron.
I'm out.
I
I
feel like this idea falls apart as soon as you try to get Star Wars fans to embrace something based on the prequels.
That's true. I think the
They're all
only thing they
about
have
the
embraced
prequels
is the
now.
pod race.
I just want to see Mark Maron in like a soapbox racer that looks like a pod racer. That's all I want to see.
Yeah. Okay. Great, John. I'm sure you could do that. That's less fantastical than F-Zero GX. I don't want to see that. Wow. Great side tangent there, John. Yeah.
It's Brockmire, but soapbox derby.
Yes. Soapbox Meyer. We are not even talking about pod racing. We're talking about F-Zero, goddammit. But yeah, no, I just I want to see this shit make a return. Like, or at the very least, I don't know, do that anime again. Like where, I don't get it, man. There's
I
so
thought
much.
we weren't talking about F-Zero anime, John.
They could throw us a fucking bone and localize it. I'm just saying, like, we need something here. Like, they made why would you make a game with so many fantastic characters and wacky, out of this world places and lore, and not do something with it? Like, it just, there's too much effort in this one game for there not to be a follow-up game. Like all the the interviews with all the different characters and like character themes, and frankly, now that I'm into wrestling, I fully appreciate games like this even more, because it's like these are just a bunch of fucking wacky characters. They got their fucking strengths and weaknesses, and they're just a bunch of over the top personalities. And I just getting into wrestling has made me appreciate games like this even more. It's like all of these would be good wrestling gimmicks, and I would fucking watch these characters. I would buy a game with these characters on the reg. Like, put whatever characters from this you want into any setting, and I'll fucking at least look that way. Be like, yeah, do I want the Jodie Summer and Dr. Stewart game? Yeah, fuck it, maybe. Like, do something with it. Just do anything with it. But
It is 100% how you get David Fleming to watch wrestling is if you have a character whose gimmick is he's a living sentient octopus who is part man, and Octoman comes out and wrestles.
that's a good way to do it, man. Like,
trying to think. I'm pretty
I was
sure.
gonna say, like, I was watching y'all rack your brains, like, no shit. Tell me there is an Octoman wrestler.
I feel like if there is, it's probably in Japan and probably like a DDT Pro, because they do a lot of really weird, wacky stuff.
that'd be pretty fucking good, man. I mean, Japan does a lot of things, and Octoman, it seems likely. So, it would be great, man. Take some of these F-Zero characters, take some of these fucking wrestlers, put them all in a game together. AEW cross F-Zero. I would play that game in a fucking heartbeat, which is the driving sentiment behind tonight's lightning round.
Oh shit. Oh shit, give me a second. I'll add that sound. Oh, we haven't had one in so long.
Lightning round.
Still want the sound.
Oh, it's getting there, it's
We'll
getting there, it's
fix
getting
it in
there.
post.
I'm the one that does post.
God damn it. Alright, hold on. Permanent soundboard, where's the converter folder?
Also, please keep my lightning round effect in the episode.
I sure will, David. So, there's no fair. Oh, there's no fair way to do this that involves Jesse, because he'll get like 100% correct in this. Is this character from AEW or F-Zero? So Sadly, Jesse, you've been eliminated from the show.
Okay,
So
I'll do
this
the
is-
job.
This is a lightning round strictly for David and Johnny to see who can name characters from F-Zero or wrestlers from AEW. And I almost did both, or both, because there's actually some crossover in the names, but I just left those off. We're talking big personalities, F-Zero character or AEW wrestler. David, we're starting with you. Jesse, keep score. David, Leva Bates.
Wrestler.
That's correct. She's a wrestler. Johnny, Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Wrestler.
He's a wrestler. David, Digiboy Terry Getter.
Wrestler.
That's from F-Zero. Johnny.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Digiboy. No, Digiboy from F-Zero? Jeez, David, keep up with this stuff, man. Johnny, Dr. Clash.
F-Zero.
That's from F-Zero. That's correct. I feel like we need sounds, but all right.
Broom.
Yeah. Where's our screams and car crash sounds? David, Ray Phoenix.
F-Zero.
AEW.
God damn it.
And I should also say that a couple of these are vehicles, not characters.
Now you tell us.
Well, that Ray Phoenix is a wrestler. He's not a
Yeah.
vehicle.
They don't drive around on him.
I would.
Maybe
Johnny,
you do.
Johnny, Pentagon Jr.
I'm gonna say wrestler.
That's correct. Now that is a wrestling
Oh.
sound.
What?
David, Roger Buster.
That's a wrestler.
That's an F-Zero driver.
Loser.
Oh, wow. Where'd you take up these
Go
sounds?
fuck yourself, Johnny.
Oh, Johnny. Antonio Guster.
F-Zero.
That's correct. David, the Skull.
F-Zero.
That's correct. Johnny,
Yeah, goddamn right.
the Blade.
I'm gonna say wrestler.
That's correct. David, Anthony Agogo.
Wrestler?
That's correct. Johnny, Scorpio Sky.
Oh God. I'm gonna say F-Zero.
Wrestler.
Oh.
Loser.
Good. Thank you for playing it for yourself. That's very fair. All right. The next one, David, Dark Schneider.
Wrestler.
F-Zero.
Loser.
Johnny, Pink Spider.
Oh, that's gotta be F-Zero.
That is F-Zero.
Oh shit, my soundboard crashed.
Oh no!
Yahoo!
How will we know? How will we know who's a loser? David, Silver Nielsen.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking up what
Are
the
you
fuck?
looking things up?
Dark Schneider.
Dark Schneider.
Yeah, he's like, the evil version of Rob Schneider.
Silver Nielsen. Shut up, Johnny. I'm.
Yeah, he does
God,
the Nielsen
I
rating.
feel like no matter what, I guess I'm gonna get it wrong. I'm gonna say F-Zero.
That's correct. Johnny's soundboard. Hey, it's back. Johnny, Orange Cassidy.
I'm gonna say wrestler.
That is a wrestler.
He's the best.
David, Cash Wheeler.
F-Zero?
AEW.
Loser.
It's made so much worse by you getting the name of the character from the anime correct. Johnny, MJF.
Wrestler.
That's correct. David, FTR.
F-Zero.
AEW.
Loser.
Johnny, Mr. EAD.
Oh, I'm gonna say F-Zero.
That is F-Zero. David,
Fucker.
SCU.
Those are just letters. Wrestler.
Yes, that's correct. That was all just the gimmick section to get Mr. EAD into the thing without being too conspicuous. Johnny, Jack Levin.
Wrestler.
F-Zero.
Oh.
Loser.
David, Marco Stunt.
That's a wrestler.
That is a wrestler. Johnny, Queen Meteor.
Wrestler.
F-Zero.
Ah.
Loser.
David, Evil Uno.
F-Zero.
AEW wrestler.
Loser.
Johnny, Abaddon.
F-Zero.
AEW.
Ah.
Loser.
David, Michael Chain.
Wrestler.
F-Zero.
Loser.
Johnny, John Tanaka.
F-Zero.
That's correct. All right, final two. David, last one. Blood Falcon.
F-Zero.
That is F-Zero. And Johnny, your last one. Lance Archer.
Wrestler.
It is a wrestler.
Loser.
Oh, damn it. Wait, sorry. I didn't think I was going to get that right.
Both work. Jesse, let's
Uh,
go to the scoreboard. How'd they do?
David got 7 correct, and Johnny got 11 correct.
Wow, man. Impressive. Johnny really knows his wrestling and his F-Zero.
Man.
Unbelievable. So, yeah, man. It's, it's a Wildcats characters, and I'm just saying, like, I have more of an appreciation for these wild characters now that I'm, an AEW fan, and I just don't get why you put together such colorful cast of characters for F-Zero GX and then don't do anything with them. It's just it's flummoxing to me. But anyway, the game's great. I really hope there's going to be an F-Zero game at some point in the future. I would love to return to that world and to that just, insane, fun, fast racing. I guess I could try some of these knockoff F-Zeros. I still have yet to download Fast Racing Neo or Remix or whatever from the Switch shop, which apparently is like the spiritual successor. So people are out there trying to make it, and I support that. So because if Nintendo and Sega aren't going to come together and do their job again, I guess somebody else is going to have to do it. Kind of like what's the thing that was literally just announced today? The fucking not Jet Set Radio sequel. People are going to have to make the game they want to play. So anyway, it's a great game. Fucking fantastic soundtrack, full of awesome themes for colorful characters, and I love it. And Johnny, it's time for the calculating computer to tell me if you won with 11 bonus round points.
Calculating computer activated. Computers.
Art.
Oops.
Oh my God!
Scoring complete. This game's winner is John Regan.
Wow, John, you really sealed that win with that fantastic lightning round performance. giving you a decisive victory, which you are not used to getting. So
Not at all.
yeah, it's either decisive, excessively high wins from lightning rounds, or 0 points pity wins from normal episodes of the show. That's the two extremes of John Regan. So congratulations, man.
Is this
Great
one
game.
of those situations where, like, because it was such a decisive win that I'm obligated to give money to charity or something like that? I feel like
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. That's actually what has happened here, John. I'm going to hand you the big GTT check, but you are supposed to donate it to the patreon.com/GameThatTune. So, it's it is kind of pointless honor, but you've won, and the reason that you've won, obviously,
It's because I'm the best.
and also because you get to pick the theme for the next episode of the show.
Oh, well, I believe next week we should probably do vertical shooters.
Yeah. Great pick.
Because that is what we're supposed to do this week, until we remember that if you divide 208 by 26, you get an even, nice round number.
What number, John?
That's a good question. I don't know. I just check for the remainder. I know the remainder is 0. I don't know what the actual number is.
Thanks, John. Great division lesson. That's right, everybody. This has been our 8th redo episode, despite Johnny's quick, inability to do division. And so we're coming back next week with vertical shooters. There's already a ton of requests in the Discord, so maybe, I don't know, vote for each other's requests or something. Let's get like a ranked choice runoff or something for next week's theme, because it's going to be a blast. We're going to have vertical shooters. Taking us into the end of the month of July, which means the show's about to get a little bit absurd. So it's going to be a ton of fun. And thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Thanks to everybody joining us live tonight. We're live every Wednesday night. We're at Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Search for Game That Tune. We're in your podcast devices on Tuesday mornings. Head to Game That Tune or Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get podcasts, and listen, enjoy. Tell a friend, force this show upon them, and make them love us. Game That Tune. We're great. Special thanks to everybody checking out patreon.com/GameThatTune. We've got awesome exclusives over there. We've got the aforementioned GTT gyms. We've got the occasional mixtape. We've got a lot of movie commentaries that we're doing, man. We just did a commentary for the Star Wars Ewok made-for-TV movie Caravan of Courage. And if that's not the kind of thing that gets you to throw a bunch of strangers $5, I don't know how to market myself, quite frankly. So go over to Patreon.
You should absolutely vote for Rampage.
Yeah, at some point, you're going to want to get in on this voting that we've got for movie nights, because we just pick. We pick a few movies, and you guys make the selection from there. It's a classic sleepover scenario. We show you 4 movies, and you get to pick one.
Joke's on you. I sat this last one out because I rolled 3 doubles in a row, but I'm back in this week. So whatever I pick, we're probably just going to watch that.
Yeah, that seems likely. So keep your eye out for John's pick on Game That Tune movie commentaries.
Citizen Kane.
For the love of God, vote for Rampage. Just give me one.
Vote for anything, babies. It's gonna be a lot of fun that we're having over there at Patreon. Special thanks to the Superfan tier producers: Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Daniel Perky, Dominic XX Chrono XX, Dominic Guy, Kelly Taylor Weiss, Sam L, and Tyler Tedesco. You're all fantastic fellas, and we appreciate you supporting Game That Tune. Get your requests in our Discord, or send us an email, gamethattune@gmail.com, or find us on Twitter at GameThatTune, or you can find us individually on Twitter. Hit us up, chit chat with us, goof off. I'm there at JGangsta187. You can find Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
You can find David Fleming on Twitter at
DFD Fleming.
And you can find John Regan, this week's winner, the illustrious F-Zero/AEW fan, Dr. Tot himself, on Twitter at
JP Regan JR.
Hell yeah, man. So, Johnny, you have a bonus tune to play, and I think you need to tell everybody what it is.
Yes, so the last song that I played from Kirby Superstar tonight was the staff credits, the staff roll, which is quite good. There's a cover of it by Carbohydro M called Ride the Star that I think is just absolutely superb. He's a like punk guitarist. He records everything himself. It's him playing the guitars, him playing the bass, him programming the drums. It's quite good.
As is the case for many people in the OC Remix community. Hell yeah. Great night, great show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Peace out, everybody. That it?
Yep.
Cool. Pokemon Sword and Shield is copyright 2019, Nintendo of America Incorporated, the Pokemon Company, Creatures Incorporated, and Game Freak Incorporated. Final Fantasy IX is copyright 2000, Squaresoft. Kirby Superstar is copyright 1995, Nintendo of America and HAL Laboratory Incorporated. F-Zero GX is copyright 2003, Nintendo of America Incorporated and Sega Corporation.